What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Showtime. As the Blazer King with the King's Critiques, and we're here for my Clueless first friend because I've been having bad aim, and I've heard this is just a really wholesome thing to watch. So I figured since the plot seemed kind of amusing and honestly semi-relatable, we'll watch it. If you haven't seen any of the episodes by the time you see this upload and want to hear what I have to say as it goes along, pull me up, listen along, or leave the whole thing running in the background. Let me get the watch time, because that'd be highly appreciated, as would be hitting like and subscribe button, because as you know, not as many people who turn on the content are subscribed as they could be. That being said, into it. Do I need to adjust the... No, I think I'm actually... Yeah. See, Crunchyroll is smart about it. It starts at 1080. Where was always like 420. Blaze it. Think it was more 360, but you know what I mean. And hey, if this isn't as entertaining as I've heard, art style seems kind of like Yuri Azumanga Daioh kind of thing, which for a wholesome kind of show isn't a bad thing. Honestly, for horror shows, it can be quite entertaining. I know this is like a comedy or whatever, but maybe she'll kill me! Them eyes are pretty soulless, though. Joker was actually quite the well-known studio. Not like really well-known, but pretty well known. Also, interesting intro. That Ma. I feel like it's the kind of show that, like, should have its intro be more of a storytelling thing, though. Because, I mean, if he's the first one that befriends her and then other people befriend her along the way, then it'd be, like, more interesting to see the story start with just them and then have the other characters added. You know? Okay. I love how I just randomly decided to take a peek at this show and I see the tagline that usually actually ends up to be pretty fucking good content-wise with Square Enix. Like, my dudes, taking a little break from your bigger games to make some decent anime? I'm all here for it, but where's the Kingdom Hearts? Anyway. Okay, so I'm actually even more hyped for this now that I see it Square Enix. Because like there's been a lot of things that seem weird at first that actually ended up to be really good. Like High Score Girl or Miss Sachiko and the Little Baby Ghost. Those were both Square Enix and they were actually pretty damn good shows. Eh, the fish bring her solace. She killed a kid one time. It's fine. And that's what he thinks of it. Okay. I mean, I guess. Little rude and intrusive if it's. I mean, a fair question, but they do look very soulless. I like how the other kid's just like, wait, is Takata talking to her? Oh god, we should leave. He doesn't give a fuck. Zero fucks. Yeah, right? It does. You just gotta, like, be careful not to touch certain parts of yourself. As they said in the first episode of Family Guy. The kid can keep up with that in 10 years. He don't care. Well, he still does not care. Quack. He does. Taking things so literal. You know, actually, even if it's him being airheaded, it's a completely like mind-breaking moment for these children, honestly. Because it's like they're talking shit about her, saying that she's like something out of this world, when they themselves were like, she's just a human, bro. And it's like, but then why you talking shit? It's like, oh, you just blew their fucking minds, bro. Honestly, though, respect to the kid. I think it's even funnier because it's not the bullies that made her cry. It's him. It's funny. Honestly, just what I heard about the show is really true though. Like it's certainly diabetes level wholesome without being like overly rom-com based. Granted, at least it's entertaining to see a bully with that name get abused a bit. And then there's the better version with that name. Speaking of rom-coms, because you really do gotta appreciate the fact that this kid just does not care about anything and has his own idea on the situation. Because, like, he ain't being rude about anything, he's just overjoyed at a lot of shit. Again, just nothing. It seems like that's gonna be a repeated pattern thing. I will say I won't lie, going into this, I have thought, like, she'd also be considered the clueless one, but nah, he's just fucking. He has no idea about anything. He's just so fucking hyped. God, to be a dumb kid again. Like, I hate kids, but they just they have a really good time. Usually. Not all kids have a good time, but like in these situations, living normal lives. Yeah, he's literally just that kid that's like, I see this person. I'm going to call myself their friend. If they don't want to be my friend, I'll keep trying until they make it assertive that they don't want to be my friend. Because again, children love it. And when you're kids, that's really easy to do. Not so much when you're an adult, sadly. I feel a lot of people on this side of things I'd like to be friends with personally, but more friends in general still would be nice. Damn, the kid's fast. Well, I mean, you're the one staring at him, but also kind of like general logic of things. He proves to be a good athlete, so of course the girls are going to start to like him. Doesn't matter if it's elementary, middle, high, adulthood, just a thing. Okay, well, maybe not so good at dodgeball, but that's also because he wasn't paying attention. No, the kid just was not paying attention. He was trying to help her, and that did not go well. Yeah, whatever excuses you're gonna tell yourself, bitch. Well, you're still friends and could pop in there, and if you ask him, he'd probably consider you more his best friend. Just saying. Oh, Honestly, I get how she's feeling though. Like you're so used to being alone, and then someone spends a little bit of time talking to you that you start to get used to that. Wow, the dude actually tried to help her out a little bit, and she is the one who fucked up. Sweet third eye. I don't know if that's how that works, bro, but this child, like, he does not realize the effect he's having on her, and that's actually kind of what makes it funnier. Because it's not like the normal ignorant main character kind of thing. It's just a kid who is, as the title of the show says, is completely clueless, which is just the funniest damn thing. Let's skip the outro just so we can move on. Really trippy intro and outro, though. Oh, there's an after portion. She's a little embarrassed, and he's probably quite pleased. And all the kids are like, wait, what? We were trying to fuck with him, and he's happy about it? This child. Okay, so before getting into the next one, just covering that, as usual, Square Enix actually brings up a surprisingly entertaining show for how silly it seemed on the exterior. Because it did seem like it was going to be quite ridiculous in the long run, but it's going to be like the shows I mentioned beforehand, where it's like mostly just a wholesome, fun, good time, other than like minor bullying that the one girl half doesn't care, and he really doesn't care. I'm gonna pause, do something real quick, then I'll be back. Mid episode, no, don't forget hit the like and subscribe button. Again, he does not care. What? The goldfish? But she's not physically touching the goldfish most of the time. Post intro. Hey, if that's the case, that's your fault. Bitch. Well, more for him. The brain on this kid is just so far out there. But it really makes his interaction with these three even better because of it. Yeah, he's the weird one. Why is there not enough for everyone? Like, the fuck? Oh, there is. There's just an extra one. He tried. Just that dead look on her face. Hey, but to be fair, not talking about in this context, but ghosts can be hot. I mean, people seen the fan art of Samara? Of course, we're fucking weebs. Of course you have. Supernatural and tank top. Right? Also, can we just appreciate how this dude is like more welcoming of those two being friends than everyone else? Like, props to that guy. He can't help it. Did you, though? Is that what we call the airheaded Riz? Okay, so they are in middle school. To be fair, his sister looks like she's in middle school too, but maybe just like a grade or two higher. Don't make it fucking weird. And at least it's good to be in an environment where she's not gonna be like called Grim Reaper or any strange thing. Like this is somewhere where he can not care and she can not care. Other than that. And because she doesn't get the context, she's annoyed hearing that. Yeah. I don't think she's mad, but he's not taking it back. He's just gonna change what he said. Well, at least you're not being too weird about it, just normal sister kinda weird. Which I don't personally know how to describe that, but like obviously as far as these standards are, it's normal sister weird. Unlike that other show. That's other things though. Well, he gonna do it. And on an ironic level, also reminds me I really should get back to watching Wednesday. I stopped on episode 3 or something. Yes, that's what she meant. This fucking guy. Okay, yeah, like, Well, you're also one of his best friends. And keep blowing a napkin in the way of the subtitles. That's rude. Just like people who unsub. So instead, subscribe. And before it's just those two bitches fucking with her. Because, middle and high school girls gotta do that shit. I mean, it's still a fraction of adults, too, if you believe the media. Whether you're talking news or TV shows, well, that's up to you. Probably. Considering you're the only one that probably likes her that much. A little bit. He'd figure it out. Oh, the innocence of this kid. Is he literally thinking about it all day? We don't even get to hear him go through his onslaught. This fucking guy. That's a very broad way to put it. She wants to hang out with you. Whether it be to be intrusive about the relationship you have with her brother or something else, that girl time. Got it. Okay, so she is that level of weird. Understood. Um, Strangely, I think he would put them on too, just because that's how he is. The sister's just as fucking not give a shit about it as the brother. That's great. fuck him. See, you say that, yet he does not care. He does not care. Of course, the sister's just there amused about this. Okay, but really, that was just the same level of unnecessary wholesomeness as if it were an actual, like, relationship thing where one just calls the other to say they love you or something. Like, that's the same level of diabetes that was. Granted, I am wholly amused. Post outro. And she wore the girly outfit too. All sleeves to me. That sounded like a backhanded compliment. And he's still just continuing on with that thought process. They're so annoyed. Well, she succeeded in what she was trying. They're just giving up. Like, they really can't fuck with him or her. I mean, they can fuck with her a little bit, but he just does not. Honestly, this is the kind of shit that I also have a bunch of backed up cat videos on TikTok for, just to, like, be a temporary mood lightener, which, before I watch the next episode, I'm gonna do two things. One, pause to go check something. Of course, mid-episode interruption, don't forget hit like, subscribe, and let's roll. I mean, at least they left it in a semi-decent position instead of just throwing it to the side. Still better to leave it in a more obvious position than in a bush, but it's a black cat. People will already say that. I don't know if that's supposed to be complimentive or insulting, but he's trying to be complimenting about it, so. I mean, yes, because his eyes are a lot more lively, but. Cats are easy to like, that's why. Like, yeah, cats are giant dick bags. There's a TikTok channel I follow that's, like, dedicated specifically to that. There's your post intro timestamp. It's a really funny TikTok, though. Also, I feel like I should record a video just watching a couple of his videos and uploading that to the main channel. You're right. And again, he's taking the insult and turning it into something else. I wish I had that level of brain power. The cat is adorable as all hell. See? She gets it. Bitch like cats. And the other two friends are like, fuck, she broke. Well, He does not care. He's still gonna keep projecting. But that's another possibility for a friend to be welcomed into the growing circle. Because there's the dude that likes tank tops who's quite the bro, and those two so far. But as we've seen from the intro, like I mentioned, that very well could extend. Extend? Expand. That's the word. It's the sound of air being ejected through his ear. Wow, he actually took something to heart instead of making a joke of it. I think he actually understood that that was something he should back off from. But you do realize he probably put that he's gonna try hang out with you on his sheet, right? Scoots. Sulking. Relatable. Well, you know how his brain works. Well, that means he can change that. Give it another 5 years, you'll be saying that in a completely different context. Then again, he's. I don't know about him. 'Cause a kid like that, I could not even imagine his brain might go in that direction even when he's of a proper age. She just wants to do whatever crazy shit you come up with. At least that's realistic. No, 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 you're middle schoolers, so like that they'll at least take slightly more serious. I don't think you can afford that. I'm sorry, it was raining, pouring even, and we didn't have an umbrella. Yeah, but you got your shit done. I think the dude's just trying to be a wingman. You're kind of contradicting yourself. Granted, I think his idea of swimwear is a bit much, even for a middle schooler. Actually, especially for a middle schooler. Dude looks so depressed to be at a Ramune stand. Surprise, motherfucker. There's that air escaping again. Hey, he didn't say anything good or bad. And yes, that is what they're thinking, but again, who cares? Like, that's his opinion. Like, his is the one that should matter of anyone else's but your own. Not how he said. Again, though, you gotta love the way he can take that and twist it. Yes, that is what it means. This motherfucker. This fucking kid is just. He really can. Like, this kid is just on another level. Like, people like him can be laughed at, but it's actually more entertaining to see them laugh at other people. No, he did mean you. Just for confirmation. Honestly, though, like, the vibe between all three of them. I should buy a couple of ramen next time I'm in Wegmans. Post outro. Now they're approaching a shine, and then all of a sudden you start hearing, Dominated Sephiroth, Sephiroth! Actually, I could totally see Sephiroth being the kind of guy who would kill children for fun. Especially that long ass sword. Probably get like 3 or 4 if you really wanted to. Just. But this ain't that type of show. But seeing the crossover would be slightly amusing in that way. But it's also always better when a video game company has part in a show like this, because, like in earlier's case, you can use the actual game that exists as the basis for the show. Well, not the show itself, but you know what I mean. Cat and the cat character is just like, what the fuck? Okay, so like, obviously the first thing to mention, take note of, is that what I heard was pretty damn accurate of this being just the most wholesome shit. Like, oh, Square Enix really does just have that kind of range, though. Like, they have a lot of this really wholesome shit. They have a lot of action adventure shit that fit into their usual video game style. Pretty sure they've also had a couple of ties in with, like, some gory shit, too. But, like, the show really is just the kind of thing that you'd want to watch after having a bad day, or enjoy the fact that it exists if you've had a bad week up until the Sunday that it uploads. Because it's really just the story of a couple, bunch of middle school kids doing what middle school kids do. You know, one started out all, grumpy and down on herself because kids are little shits. And then she meets a complete airhead who befriends her and opens up a lot more possibilities. I mean, that one guy befriended him, and because of that, befriended her too without being weird about it. Matter of fact, he's actually kind of a wingman for her, because he knows how she feels outside of the friendship, so he's trying to be a good bro. Which, honestly, props to Kino. And then there's the other girl out of the bitchy ones who probably will, like, wean into the friendship next just based off from the cat. Like, I envy children so fucking much. Honestly, this is one of those things that if I'm, like, backed up on work, I will probably make sure to watch when it uploads over the course of the next couple months. Let me know your thoughts on it, though, in the comment section down below and all that stuff. Also, let me know of any other shows, movies, etc. I should watch this season, next season, or in general. Please don't forget, hit the like button, subscribe to my main channel in the description down below, ring both bells, like Facebook, follow Twitter, keep updated with things. TikTok, I'll upload videos under 10 minutes from both channels. Twitch, subscribe there for benefits, can do so Twitch Prime for free. All the subscriptions help out immensely. Over there is near instant gratification. Here I still need a little over 150 for partner, because people are rude as hell. And a ton of watch time. So don't forget, check out playlist here, video recommended there. Until next time, Ben the Blazer King with King's Critique. Sound out for now. Peace.